Hello guys and welcome to this brand new channel. So the whole premise of this channel is just going to be focusing on me getting the Range Rover Sport up to as close to showroom condition as possible, with a few additional extras like giving it the video what we're doing today, giving it a little bit more height so we can get some proper off-roading done again. Got a fair few videos coming up because it needs a good bit of work. Control arms, upper and lower, front and rear, other suspension parts, I can't remember off the top of my head, discs and pads, the usual stuff that you need to get done on the Range Rover, and that's without even getting it ready to go off-road again. Yeah, so today's video is going to be putting a 2.5-inch lift kit on it, so let's get out there and we'll have a look. This here is normal ride height, well, normal off-road. Gap in that back wheel there. See what it looks like in a minute. Right, so the car's up, but before I put them on, I thought I'd show you what we're dealing with. So let me just flip you around. So this is what we're dealing with, and this is all you need to do anything from a 1 to, I think it's a 3.5 or 4-inch lift. This is the old one. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than the new one. So all these do is trick the computer and the suspension into thinking they're a lower setting, so it lifts it up 2.5 inches. So there you go. Right, let me show you what we're doing. So what we are looking at is your ride height sensor, which is just here. You're not changing the plastic bit, you're just changing this rubber bit. So the bottom's there and the top is just up here inside the upper control arm. So we get a bit of lubricating spray on, and then we get them off. Where's me? There it is. Now, I've found that it's easier if you pop the top one first, because that's at a fixed point. That's on a solid little bar sticking out, whereas the bottom is attached to the plastic part, so you've got more chance of breaking that one. So if you pop the top one first, it gives you more wiggle room working on the bottom one. I have got a trim removal tool somewhere, but for the life of me, I just can't find it. So a screwdriver is what we're working with, and let's hope I don't break nothing. There we go. That's that off. And then the bottom one, just put your thumb on the bar sticking through. Oh, even better. Trusty, good old-fashioned prepper's knife. Stick it in behind the rubber and just wiggle it off without putting too much pressure on the plastic component at the back. And then putting it back on is the same process in reverse. So your bottom one on first, takes a little bit. That's why you need some WD on it, or any lubricating spray you choose. And then you've got a bit more play then if you do the bottom one first to get the top one in position, and then it's just a case of applying pressure once you've got it located, which I can't seem to do. There it is. There we go, you little fucker. And that's that one done. And that is how simple it is to do the front one. The back one, I haven't got there yet. But okay, so now we're on the rears. But I seem to have come across an issue. Not with the passenger side, but with the driver's side. So all the bolts, as is often with Range Rovers, all the bolts are rusted and seized on. So I haven't got an impact wrench, so I'm going to have to order one of them, try and get it off with that. If not, I'm going to have to get someone to come out and cut it off, which I'm not bothered anyway. I've got new bolts on order and I'm throwing new wheels on anyway, so it makes no never mind. I think I might still be able to change the height without taking the wheel off on the driver's side, because from underneath it is fairly easy to access. So let's just flip you around and we'll have a look at the passenger side. Here we are on the passenger side rear, and before anyone mentions it, I know all my control arms need changing, they're on order. There is the rubber, what we need to change. So I think on the driver's side I should be able to get it from underneath fairly easily. So with these, it's the same process. Spray them with lubricating fluid, and then you literally get your top one off first. There we go, that was nice and easy. And then, like I said before, you've got more wiggle room to get the bottom one off. Let me just get you set up on the camera stand. There we go. I'm just gonna cut it off. Good job, this knife's fucking sharp. There we go. It's off. And then, same as before, we're just gonna spray this with a little lube and get it back on. Bottom is on. Top is almost on. Get on, you bitch. There we go. So that's all I'm going to record doing this for now, because the other side's going to be a pain in the ass because I can't get the wheel off, but I want to get it on. I'll cut this here and then we'll just do the last bit of the video once all four are on. I've test fitted the new 19s, they're fine, I don't need spacers, but they're going to have to come off, and the 20s are going to have to go back on until I can get that rear wheel off. See you in a sec. Right, let's see if this mic has actually worked properly now. I'm in the car, you're what, 6 meters away from me. Let's see if we can get the suspension leveled now. So I'm in off-road mode now. So, what that was. Check the ones. I'm really smacky low. Right. Is this mic still working? We are going up. So this will be the new off-road mode. Once it's finished and leveled itself out. Vehicle raising in progress. Let's see, I'll tell you when it's complete. Still raising. Off-road mode. Now, I want to get out and have a look at that. Now that's what you call off-road clearance. Let's get back into normal mode. Right, let's go back down. Normal height selected. Going into its lowest setting. And that is access mode, that's the lowest one. So let's go back up to normal. I think this is the most work this air compressor's ever done. And it's fairly quiet, considering it's only a crappy Chinese one what they've put in. I've expected to hear it whirling around. Still raising back into normal. And that is it. We are back in the normal mode. So sadly, that is it for today, guys. I did have bigger plans for today and tomorrow. But like I said, I can't get that back driver side wheel off, so I'll have to see if I can hire an impact driver. If not, I'll have to buy one. Because I did have every intention on doing the rear anti-roll bar bushes and the drop links as well, because that needs doing for it to get through an MOT. And then it's control arms. The MOT was only a failure on the front control arms, I think. Upper and lower, lower front and lower rear. But then once it's got through its MOT, I'll do the upper front and upper rear as well anyway. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of prep, getting it ready for a bug out / off-road vehicle. Not much else to say really. My weekend's gone to kibosh. I had the house to myself. I didn't have no one to stress me out. And I can't do no more work. I'll have to see if I can get an impact driver, Monday. See if I can hire one. If not, I'll just have to buy one, like I said. Yeah, but that's how easy it is to put a 2.5-inch lift kit on a 2011 Range Rover Sport. I did manage to do the rear. You can do the rear ones just by getting it in off-road mode and jacking it up. You can reach around and change the rear rubbers on the height sensors without taking the wheels off, because I did do the driver's side one. But obviously, because I can't get that off, I can't get to the anti-roll bar bushes or the drop link, because the drop link's literally near enough inside the wheel, just behind the brake disc and that. So that's it for today.